Hey guys, Jester here. So today we're going to be doing a quick video on Dungeons and Dragons movies. Everybody knows that the new Dungeons and Dragons movie has been released here recently, and it's getting lots of good feedback from all the people that have gone to see it. I personally have not seen it yet. Not I probably won't end up going to the theater to do that. I'll probably wait for it to come out on DVD and then obtain it in that manner and just watch it in the comfort of my own home. But in any case, but basically, I'm not here to talk about that particular movie, whether it was good or whether it was bad or boycotting it because of Wizards of the Coast or any of that kind of stuff. What I really want to talk about is just the general concept of the Dungeons and Dragons movie itself, and why there is so much, I don't know what you would call it, interest in finding the quintessential Dungeons and Dragons movie, and so forth. What all the hype is about that, because basically, in my opinion, it's already been done. And what I mean by that is you don't get any better in a Dungeons and Dragons movie than The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Now, you can say all you want to about the Hobbit movie itself, uh, especially in comparison to its predecessor, the Lord of the Rings movie. Um, yes, there was all kinds of flaws and so forth in that movie, but the story itself, the from the actual books of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, the stories themselves are the quintessential Dungeons and Dragons concept. That is Dungeons and Dragons. Hobbit and Lord of the Rings is Dungeons and Dragons, in my opinion. Okay, so when you go to the movies, whether you liked The Hobbit or not, uh, and then of course with the Lord of the Rings, those are Dungeons and Dragons. You have your party of player characters in both movies. You have the all of the challenges. You have your wilderness campaign. You know your wilderness encounters. You have your dungeon encounters. You have uh, you know thieves stealing stuff, and it just the whole thing. It just embodies all there is about Dungeons and Dragons. So it's like, yeah, prior to these two movies coming out, you know, what, a decade or so ago, um, there were some cartoon versions of Lord of the Rings and there were also some D&D movies, you know. But once Hobbit and Lord of the Rings came out, that's your mic drop right there. Boom, done. Don't need to ever come out with another Dungeons and Dragons movie, because you're probably never ever going to do any better at representing Dungeons and Dragons than those two movies. Like I said, I've never seen this Dungeons and Dragons movie, but I can probably be certain in my statement here that it didn't even come close to being better than Lord of the Rings. Hands down, Lord of the Rings probably kicked its ass. Sorry, but that's my opinion, because you know again, it for a D&D movie, you don't get any better than Lord of the Rings. You just don't. And again, so leave your thoughts in the comments section, guys. Tell me what you think. Did this D&D movie beat Lord of the Rings as a D&D movie? Or do you agree with me 100% that there is nothing better than the Lord of the Rings movie when it comes to a Dungeons and Dragons movie? Or anything in between, or out there in the outer perimeters, whatever, leave it in the comments, guys. I want to read your thoughts. Tell me what you think. So, that's about it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Till next time, and as always, see you soon.